In the dead of night over the skies of Caracas, U.S. Special Forces descend like shadows from a Black Ops playbook. Whispers in the Pentagon War Room echo. Target acquired. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, the iron-fisted leader who's clung to power amid economic ruin, is suddenly in American custody. Donald Trump breaks the news with a bombshell announcement. Maduro captured, flown to New York, facing justice in a Brooklyn jail. But beneath the drama lies a chilling question. Is this about democracy or the glittering prize of Venezuela's vast oil reserves, the largest on Earth? The world holds its breath as markets tremble and alliances fracture. If you're gripped by these high-stakes power plays, hit subscribe to Global Affairs Europe, where we decode the moves that reshape the globe, one revelation at a time. Let's pull back the curtain on this geopolitical thriller. It starts in the turbulent history of U.S.-Venezuela relations, a saga of oil, ideology, and intervention. Back in 2019, during Trump's first term, the U.S. imposed crippling sanctions on Maduro's regime, labeling him a dictator after disputed elections that saw hyperinflation devastate the economy and millions flee as refugees. Maduro, backed by Russia and China, responded with defiance, forging alliances that turned Venezuela into a battleground for great power rivalry. Fast forward to 2026. Tensions escalate when Venezuelan forces challenge U.S. naval assets in the Caribbean, a provocative move that Maduro ordered amid domestic unrest and crumbling oil infrastructure. Then, the turning point. On January 3, 2026, U.S. forces launch a sweeping overnight operation, precision strikes on key sites in Caracas, coordinated from command centers in Florida and Washington. Intelligence briefings leaked to select outlets describe SEAL teams rappelling into Maduro's fortified compound under cover of drone surveillance and electronic jamming. Within hours, Maduro and his wife, Cilia Flores, are extracted, zip-tied, and airlifted out. Trump, monitoring from the Situation Room, posts photos on social media showing himself overseeing the raid, fingerprints being taken, a stark image of downfall. Trump's statement? Unflinching. "We've captured Maduro," he declares in a press conference, flanked by military brass. "The U.S. is going to run Venezuela indefinitely." General Kane, detailing the timeline, explains the op took just over 2 hours. Flawless execution, no U.S. casualties. But the subtext screams louder. Venezuela's proven reserves exceed 300 billion barrels, dwarfing Saudi Arabia's. With global energy markets volatile, Russia's war in Ukraine still raging, OPEC cuts biting. Control here could redefine U.S. energy security. Trump hints at it outright. "We're taking their oil." Past U.S. actions like sanctions freezing Venezuelan assets set the stage. Now, this capture could unlock PDVSA, the state oil giant, for American oversight or partnerships. Key actors converge in this drama. Trump, the dealmaker turned commander, sees Maduro as a narco-terrorist linked to the Cartel de los Soles. Maduro, the socialist successor to Hugo Chavez, has weaponized oil diplomacy, selling to China and Iran while his people starve. Opposition leader Maria Corina Machado hails the capture as the hour of freedom, rallying Venezuelans in exile to celebrate in streets from Buenos Aires to Miami. But in closed-door EU summits, diplomats fret. NATO allies like France and Germany urge restraint, warning of escalation risks that could draw in Russian mercenaries or Chinese naval assets in the Atlantic. Military developments unfold in real time. U.S. strikes targeted airfields and command posts, neutralizing Venezuelan F-16SS, outdated relics from the 80s. No match for Aegis-equipped destroyers like the USS Jason Dunham. Battlefield intel reveals Maduro's forces crippled by maintenance failures and defections, their radars jammed, missiles inert. Strategically, this isn't just capture. It's a message to global autocrats. As one Pentagon insider puts it in hushed briefings, "We can reach anywhere." Consequences ripple. Europe's energy security teeters. Venezuelan oil once flowed to refineries in Germany and Spain. Now, potential U.S. control could stabilize prices but inflame anti-imperialist backlash. Politically, motivations peel back like layers in a spy novel. Trump's move pressures OPEC, bolsters his America First agenda amid domestic woes like inflation. For Maduro, it's survival. clinging to power through rigged votes and alliances with Tehran and Moscow. Global powers react swiftly. China condemns it as sovereignty violation. Russia calls it aggression. Brazil's Lula decries the line crossed, while Argentina's Milei cheers it as an anti-authoritarian triumph. In NATO halls, debates rage over escalation. Could this spark proxy conflicts, drawing in Cuban troops or Iranian drones? As markets swing, oil futures spiking 5% on news, the human cost looms. Venezuela's collapse under Maduro saw GDP plummet 80%. Food shortages rampant. U.S. intervention promises relief but risks chaos, with vice presidents scrambling to fill the void. In intelligence circles, analysts warn, if leadership crumbles, who benefits? American firms eyeing reserves or rivals like Rosneft slipping in. Before we wrap, if these insider breakdowns keep you ahead of the curve, subscribe now. Join our community decoding the world's next moves with wit and wisdom. In this shadowed arena of power, Trump's claim isn't just words, it's a pivot that could redraw maps. Will Venezuela's oil fuel U.S. resurgence or ignite a wider fire? Europe's stability hangs in balance, NATO tested, global powers on edge. Escalation or resolution? The war rooms fall silent, but the clock ticks. One thing's certain, in geopolitics, even captures cast long shadows.